It's my birthday, and I'm the one giving you a gift. By sharing with you 20 ways artists lose money online. I clarify online because there's lots of ways to lose money physically in person, but we'll talk about that some other time. Now, this list came about because I saw some art on Instagram from a particular artist, and I went to their account, and in their account, all it said was, DM or email me for inquiries, which is number 1 on the list. This is a huge pet peeve of mine. It's already difficult enough to get people to come to your Instagram account. Why would you make it even tougher on them to find your work by putting this barrier in front of them? You're making them do more work to get in touch with you to buy your stuff. Why would you do that? The more obstacles you put in somebody's way, the more likely they are going to not buy from you and then turn around and go buy from somebody else who actually makes it easy. Spoiler alert, that is basically the core idea behind this entire list, so let's move on. And since there are 20 things on this list, I am going to be moving through these as quickly as I possibly can. Number 2, they only exist on social media. No marketplace, no website, no nothing. Yes, you absolutely can sell through Instagram and Facebook and other social media apps like that, but it's not a way to build an actual business. And let's be honest, most people don't entirely trust social media outlets, so you are actually waging a bet against their trust. Number 3, they only use Etsy. There are 2 main reasons why you shouldn't trust your business to Etsy as an artist. Number 1 being that it's not your marketplace. It's not made for art. It's actually made more for craft and kitschy stuff. Now, if you make kitschy art, okay, so be it. But if you make, stuff like that, you're gonna have a hard time being found on Etsy. Also, the people that buy from you on Etsy, they're not your customers. They're Etsy's customers. And they reserve the right to reach out to them and communicate to them and sell to them anytime they want. But you don't get that opportunity. Number 4, people have a website, but no way to purchase. Essentially, it is nothing more than a digital brochure. I cannot tell you how many times I've been disappointed by going to an artist's website only to find out that they don't have any way for me to make a purchase. Again, they want me to do the extra work of reaching out to figure out what is actually for sale. Next. Number 5, they have a website or a marketplace, but they don't update it. I see your Instagram and you're showing new work. I go to your website and that work isn't available on your website. What? Number 6, they have broken links. For more information, click the link in the bio. Click the link in the bio. URL not found. Goodbye, no second chances. Number 7, information on your website is incorrect or poorly written. Typos on your social media, okay, it happens. Typos on your About Me page on your website, that's punishable by nothing less than death. Number 8, they have really bad images of their art. Bad lighting, weird angles, terrible cropping. It looks like a turd on the wall. I'm not buying that. Number 9, they don't give perspective by using mockups. Just because you put the size of your art in your listing doesn't mean people can actually register what that looks like on the wall. If you don't show them what it looks like on the wall, they're gonna be less likely to make that buy because it's gonna scare them. I don't know if it's actually gonna work in my house. Show them. Make some mock-ups. There's so many easy links. I've got a link in the description you can use. Number 10, they don't use the red dot strategy. You walk into a gallery and you're looking at all this beautiful art and you see some that have these red dots on them because they've been sold. And those are the ones that you find yourself intrigued by the most because you missed out. FOMO! If you go to my website right now, you will see pieces on there that have a sold sticker on. Letting people know they missed out on an opportunity may encourage them to buy because they don't want to miss out on the next one. FOMO! Number 11, you don't provide different payment options. You have a website, but you only take PayPal. You're in person, but you only take Venmo. Stop making people fit into your box. Give them options. Number 12, you don't provide people a variety of options to choose from when they purchase from you. Someone may love your work, but they may not be able to afford a painting. Are you just gonna let them walk away? Or are you gonna offer them different ways that they can buy into you, into the idea of your art? Maybe they would buy a print, or a mug, or a pillow, but all you have available is a $500 canvas. 13, and this one blows my mind. They don't have an email list. Sure, you have 20,000 followers on Instagram, but do you have a guaranteed way to reach out to any of them directly? Your email list is your single greatest business asset. It is so good, I even wrote a book about it. Number 14, they have an email list, but they never use it. Have you ever actively chosen to get on somebody's email list, hoping to get updates from them, but they only reach out maybe like once or twice a year? And when they do reach out, it's only to sell you something? Unsubscribe. Number 15, you're not giving people alternative ways to support you. Substack, Skillshare, Patreon, these are all things because sometimes people want to support you just because you've been an inspiration to them. By the way, if you want to get more gems like this in written form, well, you should go check out my Substack. Yes, I do have a paid option on my Substack. No, you do not have to pay for it. It would be cooler for you if you did because there's some pretty cool things behind the paywall, but it's not necessary. If you want to check it out, there's a link that actually works in the description. Number 16, you don't share your story, your process, or your wisdom. You may not realize this, but people actually do want to know who you are and why and how you do things. And here's the kicker. The people that resonate the most with what you're sharing are usually the ones that are first in line to buy from you. Number 17, you post too infrequently. Now, this doesn't mean you have to share 6 times a day or whatever, but if you don't share frequently on your social media, well, then the platform is just gonna send you to purgatory. True story. Number 18, you post way too often. Now, this is gonna be relative to the platform, of course, because if you post 15 videos a day on TikTok, well, okay. But if you post 15 videos to your YouTube stories, not only am I going to unsubscribe from you, but I'm going to unsubscribe from anybody who's associated with you, and I'm gonna tell them it's your fault. Also, a true story. Number 19, you don't interact with your community. If you have anything less than 50,000 followers on any platform at all, and you're not responding to every single reasonable content, and that doesn't mean the spammy ones, but you're not responding to every single reasonable content, you're a bad person. Also, a true story. And number 20, you don't ask for the sale. You've got somebody in the proverbial door. They're really interested in your work. They turn to you and ask, how much? You immediately stumble over your words and you just start to debate in your head about discounting your price because you just feel so humbled that they decided to give you their attention that you figure, oh, I'm gonna give them a deal. You lowball yourself to them, and because it was lower than what they expected, they immediately start to devalue the work in their head because it isn't what they thought it was gonna be. Maybe it's not worth the price still, and then they walk out the door. Know your worth. Own it with confidence. Ask for the sale. If at that point they balk and they're like, well, I don't know, maybe I can't afford it, well, then give them options. Set up a payment agreement where they pay you a little bit every week or every month. And then when they do that, then you can say, hey, I can hand deliver it to you if you're local, or I'll ship it to you and I'll give you instructions on how to hang it, or I'll come over there and maybe tell you exactly what would be the best way to hang it myself. It may not be possible for everybody, but find ways to add value onto your work without diminishing the worth of the work itself. Maybe they still wouldn't have purchased even at the higher price that you held to, but at least you feel better about yourself because you stuck to your guns. That's pretty much it. That's 20 things. What I want to know, though, is how many of those rules did you break? Go down in the comments and tell me. But like I said, it's my birthday, so I'm going to go enjoy some birthday pie because cake is for kids' parties. If you want to help me celebrate this birthday, you can do that by hitting the like button and then watching this video next. That's it, guys. I've been Dave. You've been awesome. Have a good one.